Hey, it's Yuka. Today we're reviewing Apple's newest M3 iPad Air. I have the 13-inch cellular model with a terabyte of storage in blue here. In the box we have the iPad Air, power adapter, USB-C charging cable, documentation, and no sticker. There are 4 colors available on the M3 iPad Air, and they're exactly the same as the M2 lineup. So design-wise, nothing new, but as a reminder, we have Touch ID, a 12 megapixel wide camera on the back, and a landscape 12 megapixel center stage camera in the front. You can choose from 11-inch or 13-inch, and the display is Liquid Retina display that can go up to 600 nits of brightness. There's also a new Magic Keyboard for the iPad Air. The trackpad is slightly larger and it has a physical feedback when you press it. They have also added a 14-key function row for quick access to brightness, volume, etc. When you are using the Magic Keyboard, it is magnetically attached via the smart connector, and you can charge with the USB-C pass-through from the left side of the hinge, and you can still use the USB-C port on the iPad Air for your peripherals. I like this hinge design much better because the iPad is pushed back a little bit, so you get a little bit more space. The new Magic Keyboard is backwards compatible, so you can actually use it with other iPad Air models. And especially with the 13-inch model, this combo makes the iPad Air pretty powerful for on-the-go typing and overall productivity. So everything on the outside is exactly the same, but what's different is all on the inside. With the iPad Air now having M3 chips, it gained solid performance boosts from M1, M2, and now M3. In this portion of the video, I wanted to try things on the iPad Air and just kind of try some real-life use cases that I would like to use. The theme I came up with is, if I became a beauty YouTuber, how could I use the M3 iPad Air? So first of all, we need to create a script for my first YouTube video. So I'm just in my Apple Notes app right now, and we're gonna write a script. So for this video, I wanna talk about my favorite lip balm. It happens to be the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. But you know what scares me is a completely white blank page. So I want to try asking Apple Intelligence to help me write an outline. So let's try Apple Intelligence first. Okay, I'm gonna say create a YouTube script outline about my favorite lip balm. Okay, so it's telling me go to ChatGPT, so I'm just gonna do that. I have logged into my ChatGPT account, which I have a plus version of. And so now it gave me a really great outline actually. So it says, introduction, I'm greeting viewers, briefly introduce the topic, mention why you're excited to share this product, and then talk about the product information, show the lip balm, packaging, etc., and then personal experience, application demonstration. So I think that is a pretty good starting point, and we can kind of work off of this to create an actual outline. So as a creator, you don't really want to only use AI, and it's supposed to be helpful for your creative process, but it shouldn't be the only process. So I'm just gonna take my time and write up some example sentences that I might say in my video. Okay, I wrote my script, and next step is to actually record the video. So we're gonna use this app called Detail today. They have really cool features, one of which is the teleprompter. So if you go to this button right here, you can actually copy and paste the script that I just wrote. Now I have a really good teleprompter to read off of. And because the camera is right here, I can kind of just read off the screen and it will look like I'm looking straight into the camera. So let's do a little demo. I'm gonna start recording and say, hi, it's Yuka. Welcome to my channel where I talk about my skincare and beauty journey. Today we're talking about my favorite lip balm. I have many lip products, but this is one of my faves. Okay, so that was a pretty good take, I think. And the next part, I want to go back to here, and then another cool thing is changing backgrounds. So I can actually change like background colors like this, but also I can add a downloaded image and do like a green screen without having a green screen. So I can also make myself smaller, maybe so that I'm kind of like out of the way. Let's go like that. And then I can also start recording here. So I'll say, my favorite color that I have right now is this color in cherry. This is the one I use every single day. Once I have this recorded, I can export. I will save this to my camera roll. And then as a next step, I want to take that footage and put it into Final Cut Pro for iPad to do a little bit more editing. All right, so now we have the Final Cut Pro for iPad here, and we're just gonna import our file from our photos. Just drop it in the timeline. And you know, I can make cuts like this, change the duration and everything like that. Another thing I want to add is, because we have the iPad, we can do like live drawing on the video itself, which is a really cool feature on the Final Cut Pro for iPad. So I'm just going to go up here to do a live drawing. So in the first shot, I was like introducing myself, so I want to have my name on the screen. Okay, so I just wrote, hello, I'm Yuka. And when I go back, this turns into a live drawing. So if I play, okay, so I'm adding it to where I'm saying, hi, I'm Yuka. I think this is a really great touch. So now I can export this and upload to YouTube. But in order to publish, you do need a thumbnail. So let's make a thumbnail for this video. For the thumbnail, we are using the app Procreate. And we're gonna make a canvas. I'm just gonna do 1080p. So for the background, I just wanna make like a subtle pink color. Drag it on here. And then I'm just gonna write like the actual title text. Okay. Okay, I think this is a pretty cute title. I want to have like myself here and the product kind of in the thumbnail. So I'm just gonna take a selfie on the iPad. I'm gonna go to the camera, taking a selfie. Okay, taking a photo of the product. And now what I'm gonna do is bring the Photos app as a slide over. And now this is the selfie that I just took. I'm just gonna do light editing. I can do auto with like the AI enhancements, fine tuning like this. And once I hit done, I can actually long press to bring a perfectly cut out photo of myself like that. It's so easy. And then I'm just gonna go to the product shot and do the same thing. I'm just gonna drag this over here, get rid of the Photos app. Just gonna change things around. Things are looking good. Okay, I'm feeling like it's a little bit too bare, so I'm just gonna add little hearts for the background. All right, so I think this is a pretty good thumbnail and we are ready to upload our video to YouTube. So the next part is actually not really in the theme of the YouTuber thing, but I really wanted to try the 3D modeling to 3D printer that I saw at the demo at the hands-on event in New York. So I want to try that myself. So for this, I'm going to freeform, and I actually made measurements of this lip balm. So this is like in millimeters. Oh, it's like the actual height, actually. This is like the actual height, so maybe it's like easier to understand, but I just measured everything with a ruler, made sure I have the right measurements, and I know the size of things. And then I wanted to make like a little stand for this lip balm because it will stand on its own, but it's a little wobbly and like I have to kind of like be careful to like put it down. And so I wanted to make a little stand that could live on my desk or in my bathroom that I can kind of put this in, maybe even other lipsticks or things that are in this form. This is kind of like the really rough sketch that I did. And then here is the more precise measurements. So I wanted to make something like this. This is the stand was like cut in half and then cut in half again. So this is like a quarter of the stand itself. And then once I have this shape, I can rotate it to make like a 3D shape. This part that is shaded is actually a hole. It'll be kind of like a little pot that this can sit in, kind of like this. So yeah, this is what I designed. Now we're going into Shaper 3D to create a 3D model. And that sounds a little scary, but it's actually not that hard. It's really fun. When you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. So I'm gonna go into the sketch mode. Let's bring out the free form again. We're gonna do a split screen so we know the measurements right here. So what I'm gonna do first is make this little part in the bottom. So this part is supposed to be 5 millimeters. Okay, so that is 5 millimeters. And then this part is 10 millimeters. So I'm just gonna go from here up to 10 millimeters. And then this whole thing is 40 millimeters. So let's make kind of like a measurement. Okay, so the whole thing is this long. So this part is supposed to be 15 millimeters, so like that. And then this goes into this part like that. So this is like the whole part, right? And we don't need this anymore, so we're gonna delete that. We don't need this anymore, so we're gonna delete that. Now we have this like L shape here, and now we need to make this like little wobble B shape. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Let's get rid of this. And now we exit sketching and take these and do revolve. And now we have a perfect 3D pot thing. Isn't this amazing? It's so cool. And now I just want to like smooth out the edges a little bit because this is kind of like sharp edge right now. And so I'm just gonna take everything, chamber, fillet it a little bit. So I just want to smooth out the edges a little bit. And now you can see that this part is smooth, the bottom is smooth, and this top part is also smooth. Yeah, so we just made a 3D model just on the iPad Air. So I just need to export this as an STL file, which is kind of the file extension for 3D printers to be able to read, and then send it to the 3D printer. But unfortunately, there is no iPad app that can do slicing, which is a process where a software takes in the STL file. I guess it slices it down into layers so that the 3D printer can print in layers. There are no slicer apps on the iPad, as far as I know. But if you do know, please let me know. So for this next part, I have to take it to my MacBook Pro. So I'm just gonna send it to my Mac and then send it to the printer. はい、こちらを持ってきて、Okay, and here is the finished product. It turned out to be a little bit bigger than I initially thought, but that's okay because it's still really cute. And I can put this in here like that and it won't fall over. It is perfect. So I can just have it on my desk like this and I can boop, 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 and then put it back. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I just got my 3D printer. I've just been playing around with it for the past couple days and I'm so excited to learn more about 3D printing. Now that I can do this on my iPad Air, this is going to be so fun. I could be on the go and have an idea. I can just sketch it on the iPad And with the Apple Pencil, I think it's super fun and easy to design things even in 3D. So for this use case portion, we did like a beauty YouTuber scenario, and also we made this little 3D printed stand for my favorite lip product. M3 iPad Air 11-inch starts at $599 and the 13-inch at $799. You have 4 options for storage from 128 gigabytes to a terabyte. Historically, I would say the iPad Air is for casual users who sometimes maybe want to try creative stuff, but as the chip generation progresses, it's getting really powerful, and you can definitely use this as a semi-pro or even a professional artist. Of course, you can use it just to watch Netflix or YouTube, but you can also run a whole YouTube channel from this iPad Air. You can write a script, record videos on it, edit the video, create a thumbnail, and then just upload. If you are planning to get the iPad Air, instead of just using it for consumption, I would highly recommend trying to use it to create. At the end of the day, these are just tools, and I think life is more fun when you create. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think of the new M3 iPad Air, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech and creativity videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!